Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today for a brand new pick a card reading. For anyone that might be new to the channel, hello and welcome in. My name is Melissa, and today's reading is going to be answering the question, do they want to take your connection to the next level? So this reading is going to dig into whether or not your person is wanting to take your connection to the next step. So if you are friends with this person, we're looking to see, do they want to be more than friends? If you're already in a committed relationship with them, do they want to put a ring on it? So whatever would be kind of the natural next step or next progression in your connection, we're looking to see if this person is wanting to take it there just yet. And we're going to look at the underlying reasons kind of why they stand where they do. So we'll kind of look at where they stand in this connection. We'll look at how they're viewing you, how they view the connection itself, how they're viewing themselves, and hopefully get you guys the clarity and advice that you're needing on this situation. As I always say, you guys, getting into some disclaimers, keep in mind that this is a general reading. So some of the messages may resonate quite specifically to your situation, while other messages may not. So as I always say, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Please don't take it personally or let it get you upset if something that I'm reading isn't super specifically fitting every nuance of your own situation. If you did want to book a personal reading, that's always going to be the better way to get a more specific and accurate read on your own energy. If you wanted to book one with me, all the details on how you can do that will be linked in the description box down below. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our pile selection. We are working with 3 piles today. Starting on the left, pile 1, we have some pink Himalayan salt. For pile 2, we have this Prehnite tower. And for pile number 3, we have some Pyrite. So I want you guys to take a deep breath. Think about your person. Think about whether or not they want to take this connection to the next level. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below where you will locate the timestamp that will take you to your reading. See you there. Hey, pile 1, if you guys picked out the pink Himalayan salt, this is going to be your reading. So we're looking into, does your person want to take this connection to the next level? We're going to start with some oracles just to kind of channel the overall energy and get kind of a yes or no answer to your question. And then I'm going to be moving into tarot and a few other oracles as we get into the energies. So do they want to take things to the next level? Starting off, we have no, but for the best. We have love lyrics, and we have the ascendant coming up. Okay. The first thing I feel like, just because you guys chose this pink Himalayan salt, I feel like your person might be in a place right now where they're trying to like purify something in their life. And it could be that they need to purify just as an individual. It could be a situation outside of this connection. It could be something about this connection maybe felt out of alignment for them for whatever reason. And I feel like this is the reason why they're saying no, but it's for the best. You know, like, so there's a sense that this person does see kind of like a bigger picture when it comes to looking at this situation and how the both of you fit together and how taking this to the next level may impact each of you, because it feels like they're wanting to, like, they're looking at the situation as like saying no for the greater good, if that makes sense. I don't know like what the status of this connection is right now. I'm sure it'll be different for each of you out there, but I definitely think that you and this person have like some sort of musical connection or musical interests in common with the love lyrics coming up. This could be the type of person that's like written you a song or a poem, or maybe you guys like just connect over music. Maybe you've been getting musical messages about this person where like you're just driving in the car and like a random song comes on and you just like, you feel like it's about your person or from your person. You know, that's a very real thing that people experience. So there's definitely still an energetic cord here, even though this person is not necessarily wanting to take things to the next level right now. With the ascendant coming up, this is interesting because part of this feels like for some of you guys that maybe this person is sort of like still figuring out who it is that they are and still figuring out like how they want to be perceived in the world by others. So I feel like this person, it just feels like they're on maybe a more individual journey right now of self-exploration. This person may be very conscious, self-conscious of like the image that they're putting out there and the way that they're being perceived. And there could be something about your connection that makes this person feel like it wouldn't match with who they're trying to be perceived as. I definitely could see that being a factor for some of you guys watching pile 1. I think this person is also maybe learning a lesson about like the way that they show up, aligning with what they say, like actions and words matching, because the ascendant is how we are perceived by others. So this person may have, for some of you guys, like put out a specific type of image to you or acted in a certain way, but maybe their words didn't match, or maybe it was their words said one thing, like maybe they were very romantic with you, but then when they really thought about it, they couldn't align their actions to that. There definitely seems to be something about that coming through for a few of you guys out there. So let's move into the next portion of the reading. I'm going to get some more oracle cards here. I want to look to see how this person is perceiving you, themselves, and this connection in general, just so we can get like a deep dive into the energy from their perspective. So I want to start by looking into how does pile 1's person perceive my viewer? Then how do they perceive the connection? And then how do they perceive themselves? So how do they perceive my viewer? We have children. How do they perceive the connection? We have true gem. Interesting. How do they perceive themselves? Dating. Okay. We do have money at the bottom. So there is something here about like their individual sort of like financial situation that I feel is probably important to them right now. Let's clarify here with some tarot cards and then we'll get into it. So how does pile 1's person perceive my viewer? Clarifying the children card. We have an Ace of Pentacles. How do they perceive this connection? We have the King of Swords in reverse. How do they perceive dating themselves? Sorry. I was really in the zone. So they see themselves as the Wheel of Fortune. With the Five of Swords at the bottom, I do think for some of you guys that communication and vulnerability is an issue with this person with that Five of Swords. Hold on, guys. Yeah, so I do think that communication and vulnerability are an issue with this person with that Five of Swords. I think for a lot of you guys, maybe you might have perceived this person as playing a lot of games because they're in this energy of like not being able to really just say clearly and speak clearly how they feel and what their truth is from the heart with regard to the situation. I think that there's maybe been a lack of just being forthcoming and honest about how they're feeling about things. And I think this kind of goes back to what I was picking up on with the ascendant here, where this person is still on a path of self-exploration and self-discovery and learning how they want to show up and who they want to be. And I think learning about, like, I do think that there's a factor with this person, like, being a little bit concerned about who they're dating and how it makes them look, like the external of things versus being able to go a little bit deeper. Five of Swords really prevents us from going deeper. But look at that. The Ace of Cups is right underneath. So it's like this person does have emotion. They do have the capacity to feel. I do actually think they have feelings for you with the Ace of Cups, or at the very least, they feel potential with this connection for it to grow, but they're being blocked by this Five of Swords, like negativity here. Again, this makes sense with the pink Himalayan salt, because this type of energy we want to purify with a crystal like this. There, maybe for some of you guys, there were external factors to this connection as well, where there were other people getting in the way and things got a little messy and dramatic. But overwhelmingly for the majority of you, I do feel that this card is showing like an issue with going deeper, going deeper and going beneath the surface, just being challenging for this person right now because they're not ready for that. So the way they perceive you, we have Children with the Ace of Pentacles. I definitely feel like this person sees you as someone that they had a lot of fun with, right? This was a fun connection for them. It is a fun connection for them. Maybe some of you guys have children with this person, or maybe one of you already has children. Maybe you, my viewer, do have children. But if that's not the case, there was something very fun, very childlike about this connection for this person. There also may have been something about inner child healing that was like maybe happening beneath the surface with this connection. They know with you that like you're someone that they're going to have to put in tangible effort, right? Like they know that you deserve someone and that you maybe desire someone who is going to actually like act and plant those seeds of intention when it comes to the situation. But I feel like your person, the way they're seeing themselves right now is they have the dating card and they have the Wheel of Fortune. And so I feel like your person is in a place right now where they're kind of just wanting to like go out and date and just like have fun. And I feel like this person is wanting like a lot of excitement in their life right now. Like they're seeing you as more of this like stable, kind of like grounded, fun, but like you're the type of person that they would maybe like marry and have children with, like that type of more mature connection. And I see that reflected in how they view the connection itself as well. But I don't think that your person is like quite ready to settle down yet, because they definitely see themselves as being kind of like, it's interesting because looking at this Wheel of Fortune, you see how before she's even spinning the wheel, it's on this house, and houses and children are like what I'm thinking of when it comes to your energy. Like, I feel like this person feels like that maybe they've explored your energy and they find value in it, but there's this energy of wanting to spin the wheel and see what else they can interact with. I just don't think that they're ready for like any sort of permanency just yet. And that's why we have they're not ready to take it to the next level, but it's for the best. This person is still like exploring, you guys. They're still exploring. They're still wanting to go out and create excitement in their love life and see what other types of chances are out there for them to connect with other people. But they do view this connection as being quality. Like they do view it as being something of value. Like I do think that they see you as like long-term relationship material, but ultimately they're just not ready for it. And with the King of Swords reverse, it's sort of like telling me maybe there's a little bit of like a lack of leadership with this connection with the King of Swords, because this would be the energy of like being empowered, being a leader, somebody actually starting to like think about the situation clearly and communicate about the situation clearly and have a plan, It is also, though, I would say, with the King of Swords coming up as how they're seeing the connection, one other thing I do feel with this person, kind of going back to this Five of Swords, it's like they may be a little too in their head about things. This person might have a lot of air energy in their birth chart, but if that's not the case, I think that this person, they're having a hard time just going deeper, because the King of Swords is very much about like being detached from emotion and looking at things very logically, and so already, even if this came up in the upright, this would be a person, they'd be seeing this connection from a very logical perspective versus like a heartfelt perspective, feeling their feelings about the situation. So there's even further kind of like that emotional detachment here with it being reversed. So let's see pile number 1. I want to pull maybe like a couple more cards. let's just see, how does your person perceive this connection right now? I'm getting some further clarity. How does their person perceive this connection? Patience. Everything will unfold in divine timing. They're not really in a hurry, you know what I mean, to take it to the next level. And they know that, like, with your energy being here with the Ace of Pentacles, then they know that it's going to be something that they're going to have to take their time with over a long period of time, that it's not something they can just get what they want overnight. But we also have interference. An external party is intruding on this relationship. So again, this person might just be dating other people right now, or they might just be like, it could just be that the external party is like this energy of like lack of vulnerability that's going on also. You know, it could be a lot of different factors, but let's get another one of these cards, and then I will close it out with some advice messages for you, my viewer. So how does pile 1, Spirit, how does pile 1's person perceive this connection? What is their person's energy right now with regard to the situation? Sorry, guys, this deck is so hard to shuffle because it's so big, but I love it. We have the afterglow. Land gracefully. Interesting. Maybe this person is feeling a little bit like maybe this person is feeling a little bit like they jumped into things too fast, or they took this leap of faith and fell hard, you know? Because there's this energy of like leaping and then needing to make a graceful exit or a graceful landing, you know? I'm also feeling like this person, going back to the ascendant energy, for those of you who you know your person is pretty self-aware, and that's why they're saying no to this right now, I think that they're trying to, at this particular moment in time, like I think of like landing the plane gracefully, like successfully coming to a close gracefully, safely. So whether that has to do with them pulling away from this situation in a graceful manner, or it has to do with like them landing the plane further off in time with patience. It's like there's an energy of them wanting to take their time with this situation and not necessarily rush into it because they know that they have a lot of things to explore. So there is this element of them trying to look at this situation from, I feel, what is a more mature perspective. Like they've leapt above and they're seeing it from a higher perspective. And now that they've made this decision, it's about like behaving in a way that is in alignment with that decision with the ascendant here. So let's see for you, pile 1. Let's just close it out with a couple more little messages here. Let's just see what else you guys need to know about this connection. Do your research. So there's a need for you guys to probe deeper into this person. Learn more about this person. Ask more questions. We also have between now and 6 months coming up. Yeah, it doesn't, to me, like when I'm channeling this energy, even though it's saying no, they don't want to take it to the next level, I don't exactly feel like this is a total like cutting of the cords here, you know? I do feel like this person may pop in and out of your life with that Wheel of Fortune. And I do think that between now and the next 6 months, you guys may end up getting a little bit more clarity on this situation here. But there is a need for you to, if you guys do choose to continue exploring this energy with this person, when it's saying do your research, it's meaning like ask questions, learn more about this person, and go deeper with this person. Because with the ascendant here, it's just really making me feel like they're more focusing on the surface level, and they haven't really let their guard down enough for you to see the truth of who they are inside emotionally, okay? So do your research as you connect with them and try to get deeper if you can, because that will give you a lot more answers about whether or not you're even feeling compatible with this person. Let's get one more. We have missing the point coming up. So there is something about this situation that you guys maybe... Like when I think of like you're missing the point, I'm thinking about like looking at it from a bigger picture. What is the greater lesson that you guys are learning? What is the greater purpose, do you think, of this situation? Is the purpose of it, like, I guess that would be for you guys to really decide yourselves. Like, what is the purpose? What are you learning from the situation? What is the point that you might be missing? What is the thing you might be not intentionally, but accidentally maybe overlooking because you haven't dug deeper enough, right? You also have law of attraction at the bottom of the deck. So there could be something to dig into with regard to law of attraction with this situation. And maybe that is playing a factor in the type of energy that you're receiving from this person or just from romantic interest in general. But pile one, this is definitely a really interesting reading. I would love to hear from you, like what's been kind of going on with your person in the comments. So please drop me a note below and let me know. If you guys are not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when I upload new videos. And I do look forward to seeing you in a new reading very soon. Bye. Hey, pile two, if you guys picked out this Prehnite tower, this is going to be your reading. So we're looking into your person and whether or not they want to take your connection to the next level. We're going to start with some pre-shuffled oracles, and then we're going to do the rest of the decks on camera. So right off the bat, with you guys picking out this Prehnite crystal, I do feel like your person may be going through a little bit of a healing moment right now in their life. Prehnite is actually a crystal that's really good for the heart chakra, but it's also, from what I've read about it, it's a great stone for healing the healer. So your person may actually have a very healing energy about them. They may be, I'm getting like an image of Cancer for some reason. Like they could just be a very caring kind of emotional soul, or this could be the way that they perceive you for some of you guys. But it's definitely indicating that there's something going on around the heart that this person is working through right now. So let's see. So for you guys, yes, eventually they do want to take this to the next level. We do have old footage coming up, and we have the 4th house. Okay, yeah, so that is Cancer energy. So yeah, eventually, yes, they do want to take this situation to the next level. It just seems like your person has a couple of things that they're needing to work out within their personal life. With the old footage coming up, this is making me feel like your person has some, again, healing that they're needing to move through from their past. So this could be a past relationship. For some of you, an ex. This can also be talking about like family or childhood wounds that this person is sort of like exploring and healing from as well, especially with the 4th house coming up. They could be unlearning a lot of stuff, maybe some toxic patterns or behaviors that they picked up from childhood or something like that. They could be in therapy trying to like unpack these things for some of you guys. But it definitely feels like eventually they would like to see things go to the next level with you, but there's an energy of needing to work through the old stuff first. Okay. This person may be really kind of struggling to let go of like old ways of thinking as well as it pertains to relationships and dating. Like this is literally a projector, right? So it's like they're projecting something onto you. Something that maybe literally has nothing to do with you, but maybe it has something to do with the way that they were treated in the past, or there's just something going on that like it's not serving them. Like the reason that we have an eventually and not like an emphatic yes is all coming from this person being really hung up on stuff from the past. I do think your person also, for some of you guys with the 4th house coming up, they might be thinking a lot about like their own personal home life as well. So aside from some of these healing things that we're talking about, like there could be a more practical thing going on with this person where they're like moving houses, or they're trying to like do some work around their home, or really just think about what does home mean to them energetically, spiritually, physically, where do they want their home to be? It just feels like this person is really like in a self-healing mode right now. But we're going to get a little more info. We're going to next go in with some oracle cards, and I want to look to see how do they perceive you, my viewer? How do they perceive this connection? And how do they perceive themselves right now? So this will help to give you a little bit of insight into the connection from their perspective, okay? So let's take a look. How does pile 2's person perceive them at this time? We do have career. How do they perceive this connection? We have obstacles. Yeah, exactly. It's blocked energy. How do they perceive themselves right now? Open relationship. Money. This person may have some stuff going on with their financial situation right now too. I want to pull from the tarot for clarifiers, and then we'll get into more of a full interpretation here. Let's see. So starting off with, how does pile 2's person view my pile 2 viewer with career? Clarifying the career energy. 2 of Swords. How do they view this connection with obstacles? Eight of Pentacles. And how are they viewing themselves with the open relationship? 3 of Wands. We do have a 7 of Wands popping up at the bottom. So their guard is up. Their defenses are up a little bit here. There's an energy with that 7 of Wands of this person, for some of you guys, feeling like they're being attacked or something. Like this person may just have like a little bit of a defensive energy. But look, here's more Cancer energy, water energy with the King of Cups. We have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces here. This person is an emotional person. They are a loving person. I get that underneath. But right now they have their guard up. They have their defenses up. And I'm wondering if they recently went through like a tower moment, like some sort of an upheaval in their life, which is where a lot of these obstacles may be coming from, okay? Tower moment can be talking about like disaster in their life, a breakup. It can be talking about realizations around like their home, their childhood, things like that. So how are they perceiving you, my viewer? We have career. Your person does see you as being very successful, right? Like they see you as being very business-minded. They see you as somebody who is goal-oriented, driven, motivated. Like you hit every target that you set your sights on. And I'm almost feeling like this person thinks that you can just achieve anything, because it's like, this is just like intuitively me reading this card. This is by no means the traditional meaning of the 2 of Swords, but it's interesting how like she's blindfolded, yet she's hitting the target right away. So it's like this person does see you as being like almost effortlessly successful. And I'm wondering if for some of you guys, this is a little bit of an like where the obstacle might be coming from, because we had money coming up here at the bottom too, right? So there could be something about them feeling a bit like unsure of how they measure up to you. I'm not getting a lot of low self-esteem energy, but I do think that that could be a factor for someone out there. On the flip side, for some of you, this person likes this as well. Like it may not be an intimidation factor, but it's like they admire this about you, because they do see that they're going to have to put in some effort in order to be with you. But I also think your person might be feeling a little bit or perceiving you as being a bit like neutral about this situation right now. Like you're more focused on your career and your business achievements and your goals, and maybe not so focused on them. You know what I mean? Because the 2 of Swords is staying very like neutral. It's sort of like not addressing the elephant in the room. It's just kind of like, I'm just going to mind my business for now, even though I know it might be a little awkward or weird. That's how they're perceiving you. They do perceive with this connection right now that there are obstacles and blockages, delays, right? And it's being clarified here by the 8 of Pentacles. So this person is definitely feeling like right now, I think to be in a relationship with you or to be in this connection, it's going to require a lot of work, a lot of dedication, a lot of time and effort, because it feels like there are just blockages. I think this person is feeling like they may have to exert a lot of energy or effort here. I feel like there could be long distance at play for some of you guys as well, which could be tying into this. But I also think with this 8 of Pentacles, you know, this person, again, it's like they have this energy of needing to focus on home and healing. So I think all of this kind of factors in to the obstacles that they're perceiving, and they know that they have to do a lot of work. Self-work, but also like work with you in order to get this in alignment. How they perceive themselves right now with the open relationship card. This person may, for some of you, already be in an open relationship with someone else. But what I feel is like non-committal energy from this person. They're wanting to keep this themselves in like a very casual sort of like demeanor with regard to relationships right now. But I also think intuitively, because we were talking a lot about healing here with the Prehnite at the beginning, I also think for some of you guys, it may not be that it's because I don't think they necessarily view you as being a casual person, like a casual relationship. I think that they also are needing to work on being more open at the heart space. So these like casual, non-committal relationships may feel safer to your person right now because I don't think that they're really ready to go any deeper. They, with the Three of Wands, I think are doing a lot of planning in their life right now. A lot of looking into the future, deciding what it is that they want, setting goals for themselves even, which makes sense with the Eight of Pentacles coming up here. So it feels to me like it's a thing where eventually, yes, this is something that they would like to engage in with you, but right now the focus is more on healing and their own goals and achievements. Because remember, they're already seeing you guys as being very advanced in your career for whatever reason. Maybe you guys are. And I do, for some reason, keep feeling like that is a factor that's at play for some of you guys. So let's get a couple more cards. What else? How else does this person perceive the connection with pile 2? Here and now, your true love is already part of your life. That's interesting. We have marriage. This relationship is moving toward a sacred union. Interesting. Like it's like this non-committal casual energy, but then there's this serious energy of marriage. So again, you guys know your situation better than me. For some of you guys, this could be like a third party situation, like an old marriage that somebody's healing from, or there could be another person involved, especially with it saying here and now. Like there's an energy of this person feeling like whoever their true love is already a part of their life. For some of you guys, this could be you, but for others of you, I feel like there could be the lingering remnants of another connection popping up here. And we have intuition underneath. You already know the answer you seek. So that's further confirmation that like intuitively you guys should know the answer to that question. Let's get another one here. Yeah, with that 4th house, man, like, I don't know. I do, like, the more I'm reading into this, it does feel like there's something about like disharmonious family events. So whether that's a marriage or childhood stuff, it's going to be different for all of you guys out there. Let's see. Ooh, hold on. So how does pile 2's person, where do they kind of stand in this connection right now? We have, what would your higher self do? You are divinity in blue jeans. I do think that this person is kind of agonizing about the situation a little bit, you guys. I do see that there is this effort here to like do the right thing. You see how they're just kind of like hunched over and like overthinking things, you know, because this is talking about like your person needing and desiring to do what's right and trying to connect into like what they know is like the fair and just thing to do for everyone involved. It's tapping into the divine, tapping into their higher self. You know what I mean? So it's almost like they're still trying to find answers. They're still trying to figure it out for themselves as well, like what the best thing to do is with regard to this situation with your connection. But yeah, I don't know, you guys, like with your pile, I'm just feeling a lot of heavy energy with this person. Like they just may not be doing very well in their personal life outside of this connection. It feels very burdensome. So let's see, pile 2. What do you guys need to know about this connection right now? What additional info does pile 2 need to know about this connection? In divine timing. So it feels like you and this person like are wanting both energetically to come together at some point, but there is a need for you guys to kind of lean back and not force the issue. Just allow it to happen if and when it's supposed to happen. And I'm also kind of wondering with the 7 of Wands, if this person may be feeling a little bit like you're energetically pushing at them, you know? Or this person could be energetically pushing at you too. You know what I mean? There's a need for both of you guys, I think, to like really lean back and kind of distance yourself from forcing anything here. Because clearly this person is not ready for anything more, even though eventually they feel like they would want to. We also have manifest something better. So this is saying that there's something better out there for you right now that you can be calling into your life in the realm of love. And I think for your person as well. Let's get one more. We have don't do it. Okay. Yeah. So this is kind of further confirming like that there's a need to like not feel like you need to take any action or force anything with regard to the situation. I think you guys, if you are in this 2 of Swords mode, I feel like that's probably a good place for you to be in right now, where it's like you just stay kind of neutral. You know what I mean? Do not feel like you have to jump to action or do anything at all with regard to this situation. That's like the overwhelming message coming through. So pile 2, I think we're going to close the message here, but I hope that you found it helpful. Please drop me a note below. Let me know how you feel like it resonates with you and your situation. And I will see you guys in the next reading soon. Bye. Hey, pile 3. If you guys picked out this pyrite crystal, this is going to be your reading. We're going to be looking into, does your person want to take things to the next level? So we'll just kind of take a look and see if we get a yes or no. I'm going to start with some pre-shuffled oracles, and then we're going to be doing the rest of the decks on camera. So let's go ahead and see. So starting us off, we have not worth it. Ooh, okay. We have plenty of fish in the sea, and we do have Aries energy coming up. Okay, so your person, do they want to take this to the next level? I feel like there's an energy that like at one point they did, but they've ultimately decided that it's not worth the effort right now. This person is in a place where they're feeling like there's other people out there that they can be connecting with. So whether they're actively doing this or maybe they've just come to this realization recently that's like, well, there's plenty of other fish in the sea. You know how we kind of tell ourselves that after we've like been rejected or something like that, or we feel we've been rejected. So there's this energy of exploration of other fish right now that's on your person's mind. And with the Aries energy coming up, they are in a very self-focused mindset right now, a very self-focused energy. I do think that they are putting themselves as number one right now, which, you know, depending on how you look at things, that's not always a bad thing to put yourself first. This person may be really, in some aspects, this person may be really looking for the right partner. And feeling very driven and motivated to find whoever that is. With you guys also choosing the pyrite, I feel like, this is a very grounding stone. It's also very heavy in my hands right now, which obviously we know that. But, it's making me feel that this person is needing or maybe desiring to have something that's more grounded and permanent in their life in terms of a connection. This can also, though, be talking about this person needing grounding themselves and they're being too scattered. So there's already a couple messages I'm getting, so it depends on your situation. But yeah, with Aries coming up here, this person is thinking more about themselves. They're thinking with, they might be a little bit impatient as well. They might be, maybe not always thinking about how they're coming across in the connection, and maybe they're wanting a lot from you. But maybe they haven't been as forthcoming to give back. There's a lot of different scenarios that can come up with Aries. So why don't let's just get into it. I feel like we need more context, pile 3. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to start with an oracle deck. We're going to just look to see, how does your person perceive you? How do they perceive the connection? And how do they perceive themselves? how do they perceive you, pile 3? We have the brunette female. How do they perceive this connection? We have the dating queen. And how do they perceive themselves? Communication. Okay. Let's get some clarifiers here with the tarot. And then we'll get into it. So how does pile, look at that, the Emperor, Aries coming up again. So how does pile 3's person perceive my viewer, clarifying this brunette female energy? Wheel of Fortune in reverse. How do they perceive the energy of this connection right now with the dating queen? 10 of Pentacles in reverse. How does this person perceive themselves? Ooh, hold on. The Hangman in reverse. We do have the Devil at the bottom. Okay. Yeah, guys, I gotta be honest. I don't know that I'm really picking up on like a lot of player energy here. I feel like I'm picking up on somebody who is actually maybe wanting a long-term relationship. But for whatever reason, they have come to the conclusion that this connection is not going to bring them that. So I don't know what the situation was. Maybe there was some dishonesty here in this connection. Maybe this person was dishonest with you. Please let me know in the comments what's going on here. But there's definitely a lot of toxicity with this person here with the Devil card. Like, I don't know if this person is a little controlling sometimes, or if they have kind of like a not impulsive, but kind of like an indulgent kind of energy, or addictive kind of personality, maybe for some of you guys. So it's like, even though they want this serious relationship, I kind of feel like they could be easily lured into temptation with the Devil. This person may also have some really obsessive tendencies over you too. Like, just with Aries and the Devil being there, I think like I'm getting butting heads, or like it just, there's an energy of them feeling very controlling to me for some of you guys. So take that as it resonates. But what I feel here we're going to start with the dating queen. With the 10 of Pentacles in reverse with the dating queen, I feel like this person at one point really felt like this was going to be like a really abundant opportunity for them. You know what I mean? I feel like they were excited about this connection. I'm almost wondering if this person really came in, or has come in and like showered you with gifts or something. I hate going here, you guys, but I just like keep feeling like maybe this person has a little bit of like love bombing tendencies, or like narcissistic tendencies for some of you guys. I'd be curious to know if that was really your experience, because it just feels like a person who thought that they were just going to come in and like shower you with gifts, but really they weren't coming from maybe the best place altogether. Or maybe this is like the only way that they know how to show up in relationships. But with the 10 of Pentacles reverse, it's like they're now no longer seeing this as a connection that they can build with. You know, this is like short term versus long term. This is like maybe them feeling like you guys have really different beliefs or ideas around what like marriage or union could look like. You know what I mean? So what was once abundant to them is now feeling like not abundant anymore. Like, that's why we have not worth it and plenty of fish in the sea. I feel like this person, it's like the way they see themselves right now is that they feel like they're good with communication. Maybe they've been getting themselves back out there and doing like online dating or communicating with new people, putting themselves back out there. This person is in a place with the Hangman reverse where they're like ready to like kind of get back out there and start talking again to others. But personally, what I feel, even though this is supposed to be how they perceive themselves, because I keep getting this really stubborn energy from this person for whatever reason, I almost feel like with this Hangman reverse that this person really hasn't done the work to try to see this situation from a higher perspective. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're still being a bit fixed in their mindset and not really having that light bulb moment that they need to have in order to get out of this devil energy. Whether it's about this connection or just about like themselves and the way they're going about love. You know, it just feels very fixed and like stubborn to me. I don't know why, but it just does. The way they see you with this brunette female coming up, this person does perceive you as being very like focused, intentional, around like what it is that you want from a connection. They may feel like your energy is actually kind of intense. And it was interesting because when I was pulling these cards up underneath the Seven of Swords, I did see the Queen of Wands reverse catching my eye. So this person, I think, was also at one time very physically attracted to you, and maybe they were like lured in by your beauty, and maybe that they were kind of sneaky about the way that they went about this. It's almost making me feel though that like once this person connected with you, maybe they thought that you were kind of like bossy, or because with them perceiving you as being intense and the Queen of Wands being in reverse, like sometimes with the Queen of Wands reverse is someone that's kind of bossy, you know, kind of like demanding, like, so with them seeing you as being intense, this could be like kind of echoing that with that Queen of Wands reversed. With the Wheel of Fortune reversed too, it's like it just feels like this person it's like they feel like maybe you did them wrong, or like there was some sort of bad luck that you brought into their life. Like, I don't mean to laugh, but this person just feels like they're really in kind of like a victim mentality when it comes to you, or just like in a really negative headspace about this connection. Yeah, so it's like maybe they felt like they tried to shoot their shot and they just like weren't successful. It didn't turn out the way that they wanted it to. Maybe they felt like they put in a lot of effort here, but then realized it wasn't worth it for whatever reason once they engaged with you. But I don't know, guys. Like, for me, this person's ego feels really bruised. Like, it feels like this person isn't really seeing the situation, like, completely clearly, you know? So let's see. I want to pull one of these cards. Let's see, how does Pile 3's person perceive their relationship right now? Addiction. And look at this. This connection is passionate but not enduring. They were driven here by physical attraction. And the addiction that's affecting this relationship, I feel, is coming from either this type of energy or some other type of addictive personality issues that your person has. You know, it's like I keep getting like someone that just like came in and tried to like win you over by like buying you a bunch of stuff or showering you with all these gifts and thought that that was going to be like the way. But then like they didn't get what they wanted. And now they're like kind of butthurt about it, you know? Ugh. So let's get another one and then we'll close it out. So what else? Kind of describe for us this person's energy with regard to my Pile 3 viewers at this time. We have you're in great company. Pull back to propel forward. Look at this. We also have flip it upside down. Question your beliefs. Maybe this person is a bit more self-aware than I initially picked up on with that Hanged Man in reverse. you know? For some of you guys, I do think that this person maybe has tried to sort of begin the process of looking at this from a different perspective, but I don't know if they're all the way there yet, you know? There is this energy, though, for sure, of them pulling back their energy from this situation, because ultimately this person is wanting union, okay? Whether they're really ready for that is a whole nother story, but they're wanting a union. I feel like this person does want like a serious relationship. They do want long-term partnership. That's what's on their mind here. And I feel like they're desiring to be in great company. So they're pulling back from this situation because they want to be able to shoot themselves into something better. You know, it's like that analogy about pulling the arrow back and having like a moment of hesitation before you kind of aim and shoot your shot, you know? They may be thinking like something about this connection is holding them back and that they need to seek whatever they're looking for outside of it right now. So let's see pile number 3. I want to just pull a few more cards for you just to see what else you guys need to know about this situation, and then we'll close it out. So what else does pile number 3 need to know about this person at this time? We have life-changing. Let's see what else. Sometime next year. Interesting. We have ask yourself and others the tough stuff. Live your life. So I feel like right now what Spirit is saying is that you need to just live your life, regardless of what this person is doing. And as it pertains to this connection, there's a need to kind of be very realistic with yourself and this person and be prepared to ask some tough questions, you know? Ask this person the tough questions that need to be asked. Maybe even ask yourself the tough questions that need to be asked. Sometime next year, the time frame is being highlighted. So I don't feel like this person is like totally going to be out of your life. It definitely feels like there is more clarity or change even with this card coming up later down the line in the future. And maybe this person pulling back right now and exploring other options ultimately will end up bringing you guys back together sometime next year. And maybe there's an energy of them changing. But until then, I feel like you guys are really being guided to live your life and try not to worry as much about this person and what they're doing. And if anything with this person right now, there needs to be some really real conversations going on. Not shying away from tough topics that need to be addressed. I also think that that's what the life-changing card is talking about as well. Like, there can be transformational change through having clear and direct conversation, right? Not being shy to call out someone's BS or even call out your own BS, right? That can be incredibly life-changing and transformative to just get real with it and live in that truth. So pile 3, this is super interesting. I am quite curious to know like what is going on with this person. So please drop me a comment and let me know down below. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that you will be updated when I upload new videos. And I look forward to catching you in a new reading soon. Bye.